Ladies and gentlemen, dear coronavirus, finally we have the solution.
As a result of Operation Warp Speed, Pfizer announced on Monday that its China virus vaccine is more than 90% effective.
And this sounds like very good news, right? The problem is the following.
Pfizer said it wasn't part of Warp Speed, but that turned out to be a unfortunate misrepresentation. They are part. That's why we gave them the $1.95 billion. And
So, Trump said that Pfizer, the US pharmaceutical company, is part of Operation Warp Speed, but Pfizer denies it. First of all, let's see what Operation Warp Speed is about. So I can go to the official site of the government, and the definition is this. Operation Warp Speed's goal is to produce and deliver 300 million doses of safe and effective vaccines, with the initial doses available by January 2021, as part of a broader strategy to accelerate the development, manufacturing, and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines, therapeutics, and diagnostics. I leave you guys the link in the description anyway. So they say development, manufacturing, and distribution. Now, the facts are that Pfizer didn't receive any government money, zero government money, because they didn't ask for it, for the research and development process. But since the money for the manufacturing and distribution of the vaccine came from the same operation, because the government used their money and they put that in the budget of Operation Warp Speed. So even if Pfizer wasn't helped in the research and development process, it has to be paid to distribute and produce all the 300 million doses, or how many they will produce. And so the money came from Operation Warp Speed, and that's why the president claims that it's his own merit that they came to produce the vaccine. Actually, what Pfizer wants to outline, denying that they were they still are member of Operation Warp Speed, is that they developed that alone. They developed the vaccine without the help of anyone, so they have the best research and development process and laboratories than anybody else in the US, and so probably in the world. But the controversy between Trump and Pfizer is almost nothing compared to the controversy between Trump and the governor of the state of New York, Andrew Cuomo. Listen to it.
As soon as April, the vaccine will be available to the entire general population, with the exception of places like New York State, where,
What?
for political reasons, the governor decided to say, and I don't think it's good politically. I think it's very bad from a health standpoint, but he wants to take his time on the vaccine. He doesn't trust where the vaccine's coming from.
And this was the governor's response.
Every poll has shown, Wolf, yours included, that over half the American people are afraid that they politicize the approval process of the vaccine for political reasons during the campaign. So we're in a situation now where half the people in the country are saying, I don't know if I should trust the vaccine. A number of states, New York included, but a number of states set up a separate scientific panel that will review the FDA's approval.
Now, I better pull this off, because this is tough. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the result of Trump discrediting science. Because people who believe in science, trust science, don't trust Trump anymore, and anything that is related to him. Now, I understand the pressure Governor Cuomo is under, but I don't think that just because the polls say that people don't trust the approval process of the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, which is a federal agency, just because people, according to polls, don't trust it, you're going to do a second approval process. Because in this way, there's a big discredit of federal agencies. The FDA this time, the FBI the next time. The lack of trust of people towards federal agencies, it will create more and more divisions among states, because everyone will have their own opinions, everyone will have their own points, their point of view, their perspective, and this is gonna be divisive, and it's gonna stay, and it's gonna be a big problem that Biden is gonna face. Hopefully, he's gonna restore a little bit of trust towards science, but it's gonna be a tough job because the situation here is a big mess. And then there's another problem, very important and practical. It will take more time, because if you do a second test, the test won't happen simultaneously, because the FDA will have the vaccine before anyone else. So if Pfizer has the contract with the government, with the US federal government, it won't give the vaccine at the same time to the New York government, right? The New York government will have it after the FDA approved it. So it will take more time, people will have it later, and more people will die. That's sad, right? For political conflict, wasting life like that, it's very sad. Another scenario that might happen is that the vaccine will be ready for the approval process when President Biden will be already in the office, so after January the 20th, right? In this case, Governor Cuomo will find it very difficult to say that they need a second approval panel. So we hope that we should. You know how perverse this is? Like, we should hope that the vaccine comes before, maybe even this December, before Christmas. But it will probably come later, and if the approval process of the FDA will be under the Biden administration, probably we will not have all these problems, and New Yorkers will have it really simultaneously with other Americans, because they deserve it.